Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm finally going to be tackling a project. It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. I just haven't had the time. But as you guys can see, this is my 2006 Chevy Avalanche, and this cladding up here, this plastic, it's completely gray, it's ugly, and this is my next project. It's been 16, actually this truck's about 18 years old already, and I've never done anything to the plastic. I've never, applied anything to really try to bring it back to life. So over time, it's gonna happen. Plastic like this that sits on the outside, it's gonna fade, it's gonna get ugly. And yeah, I have like, I don't know, maybe like 50 shades of gray going on back here. So it's time to bring this back to life. Now, I've watched a bunch of videos, I've seen a bunch of people try to tackle this problem. Each person seems to kind of do it in a different way, use different products. There's some stuff that I've seen that you apply it with like a sponge and it gives it some shine. I've seen some people use like a heat gun to try to bring, I guess, some of the oils back to the surface. All of that stuff, but I'm looking for more of a permanent solution to this. So this is what I'm going to be using. Okay, so the product I'm going to be using is this SEM Trim Black 39143, and I've used this stuff in the past. I actually used it to spray black some of the interior parts on my car. Those parts were actually tan, and I scuffed them down as best as I could. Then I ended up spraying it with this and then applied a little bit of clear, and it was awesome. It matches with the rest of the interior on that car. So, and I apologize for the wind, it's pretty windy outside today. But this is what I'm going to be using. I bought 6 cans, so for all 6 cans it was about $80, and I also bought 2 cans of clear. So this is some pretty professional clear coat stuff. This is a clear matte, and this also is supposed to leave kind of like a black matte finish to it, which is what I want. I don't want it to be shiny. So anyways, I'm going to be using this and then finishing off with this clear coat. So if you plan on using something like this, you got to be real careful, read the instructions, wear all the protective gear that you need to wear whenever applying this kind of stuff. So this is what I'm going to be going with. And I actually had used a little bit of this. I had left over from whenever I did the interior parts on my car. I had a little bit left over, and I sprayed a little bit here. This was probably about like a year and a half ago. So I just sprayed it just to see how the plastic would absorb it, and I think it did a pretty good job. Like I said, I have 6 cans, so I'm mainly going to try to tackle this part of the truck, this part, and then the other side, and then this top part of the tailgate. And if I have any left, I'm hoping I do have, I'll try to tackle and spraying these parts. I guess that's the tonneau cover, and then finish it off with that clear coat. Now, before I start spraying any of this stuff down, I do got to clean the plastic. So what I'm going to be using to do that, I'm just going to be using something like this, like a degreaser. Essentially, you want to try to get all the oils, any stuff like that off of the plastic. Make sure that it's clean, so that way the paint will stick to this. So like I said, I'll be cleaning that with this, and then using some of this Scotch Brite pads. I guess this is a Walmart brand. So once this is all clean, I will go ahead and start spraying down the truck. I'm looking forward to see how it turns out, and I hope this helps you guys if you are looking to tackle a similar project like this. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so it's time to start cleaning plastic. So like I said, I'm going to be using this heavy degreaser spray. Got my pad right here, and then also have a bucket here full of water and some Dawn dish soap. So the main thing here is try to get all the oils off of the plastic. So I'm not going to bore you all with that. I'm just going to go ahead, clean the plastic, prep it, and then it'll be ready for paint afterward. All right, so this is what the cleaning process is looking like. Like I said, just using this, using the pad to scrub it, and then the soap in there. Nothing much to it. All right, so it's the next day. This morning I'm just gonna hit it real quick with some rubbing alcohol, and put that on a rag and just wipe down the plastic. So I'm going all the way around, and then I'm gonna tape off any of the parts that where I don't want to get paint on, and then after that we'll be ready to start spraying down the trim. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying it. My plan is to do one light coat and then come back and do 2 more heavier coats. So hopefully I can get 3 coats out of the 6 cans that I bought. If I end up running out, I'll let y'all know, but that's the plan. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way around. Just doing one light coat, like I said, and then coming back and do the heavier coats. I'll pick up the phone and start recording again and show you guys what it looks like with the light coat, and then pretty much after each coat. All right, so this is how it looks like after the very first coat. I mean, already you can see a big difference. And whenever I'm spraying this stuff, I'm holding the can about 3 or 4 inches away from the plastic, and I'm just moving the can quickly. I'm never staying in one spot for a long time. It's just spray and keep moving. Also did the tonneau covers. And this one has not been sprayed yet, but you can see the difference between that one and this one. So there are going to be some light spots. Again, this is just the very first pass. So I'll definitely try to hit those light spots on the second pass. So I ended up using 1 full can to do all of this and plus 1 tonneau cover. So that tells me I should have enough. I still have 4 plus another one that I just opened. So I should have enough to do for sure 1 more coat, and then hopefully try to get that 3rd coat in. All right, I'll pick up the camera again once I'm done with the 2nd coat. All right, so this is how it looks like after the 2nd coat. It's a little bit darker with each coat. It does get a little bit darker, and I am finally covering up any light spots. So I'm gonna do 1 more coat, and on this last coat, I think this is gonna be my last coat, the 3rd coat, I am gonna go a little bit heavier. And so far, I think I've used 2.5 cans yet. So I still have three full cans. And then that can over there is half full. All right, so this is how it looks after the last coat. This is the 3rd coat. This one I did go a little bit more heavier than all the other ones, but just be careful. Don't let it pull up. The paint will start to drip. Again, I just kept my hand moving, and this is what it looks like. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I think on camera it looks a little bit more gray, but in person it looks more black. And let me show you guys the tonneau covers. So these still have to dry. Yeah, so far pretty happy with the results here. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna give it about a couple hours, and then after that I'm gonna seal it up with this 2K clear coat, which is supposed to also leave a matte finish, and then I'll be done. But with this stuff you have to be very careful. From what I was reading online, this is like some more professional stuff. So make sure if you do use anything like this or anything, you know, any of this stuff, make sure you read the instructions and you cover yourself up. Once I'm done and I have finished applying the clear coat and I let everything dry, I will take the truck out and I'll pick up the camera again, and we'll finally get to see the finished product. All right guys, so it's the following day. It's been almost 24 hours since I finished painting it, and I laid down that last layer of clear coat, and this is the finished product. So this is what it looks like using the SEM Trim Black and then that 2K clear coat. So, you know, from reading online, some people were against using the clear coat on this. So it's up to y'all if y'all want to use it. I just wanted to add an extra layer of protection and hope to keep this color for as long as possible. I ended up using one whole can of that clear coat that I had shown you at the very beginning, and I had an extra one left. So out of the 6 SEM Trim Black cans that I bought, I ended up using a total of 3.5 cans. So I still got 2.5 cans left, which more than likely what I'll end up doing is taking off this other plastic pieces, maybe even the door handles and maybe even the bumper up here, and spraying those with the SEM Trim Black to hopefully get it to look and match with the rest of the truck. Overall, I'm just happy using the SEM Trim Black to really bring this plastic back to life. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comment section and I'll try to get back to y'all.